Welcome back to Daytime Ottawa. We've been talking to some of the OCIC 2013 Global Changemakers, and we have the opportunity to speak with two more today, really inspiring young people. And so today's guests are Emelia Bowie-Buffon. She is one of the Global Changemakers, and Kara Cameron. Ladies, welcome to the show.
Thanks.
Congratulations.
Oh, really happy to see you girls. Now, this is really a big honor to be named a Global Changemaker. What does it mean to you girls to have that title? We'll talk perhaps to you, Emelia, about that one.
I think it's really fulfilling. It recognizes that the work we're doing in Guatemala is actually quite big, and it's really helpful to the youth there.
Right.
Absolutely. And Kara, how did you get involved with Guatemala and that project?
Well, the Guatemala Stove Project has been involved with our school for many years, and so we've been learning about a lot of the kids' stories, so we decided that we kind of wanted to get more involved and found out what we could do to help more.
And what were some of those stories? What were some of the stories they shared with you about these kids?
They told us about what it's like to live in the houses and how when they're in the houses there's a lot of smoke when they first came there. So that's when they started building stoves so that they could cook without there being a fire into the house.
Yeah, the stoves actually increased the life expectancy of the families by 15 years.
See, that's so important because smoke inhalation causes a lot of health problems, I guess. That's probably the link there. So what did you girls do then with the Guatemala Stove Project? What were some of the things that you got to do?
Well, our school had been fundraising for them. We sell these bracelets around schools.
Awesome.
And when the board issued a Change the World competition, we thought that a good way to get involved would be to build on our association with the Guatemala Stove Project to get involved.
And you've made some incredible accomplishments when it comes to the different projects you've worked on. Tell us about some of the accomplishments that you've helped with.
Well, the first project we worked on was building a chicken farm in the village. So the way that works was we would purchase 100 teenage chickens for them, and they would lay eggs over the year, and they would sell those eggs. And with the money that they've got from selling those eggs, they could buy chickens for the next year, and then eventually when the chickens were done laying eggs, they would eat the chicken.
Yeah, so they get eggs every day, and then the extra eggs would be sold, and then actually they get chicken at the end of the year too. And so the chickens would never get too old to lay, so it would be sustainable.
Right, it's a sustainable food program, which is just genius, and it must be something that really does impact those in Guatemala as well. Have you heard back from people in Guatemala about the project?
Yeah, they have. It has really helped with their protein because they have suffered from quite a few different protein diseases, and it has very much diminished their chances of that.
And Kara, you know, working with this project and then being awarded something like this, obviously it must inspire you to move on. Is this something that you want to continue doing? Because it started with your school, and let's be honest, a lot of kids might say, okay, well, you know what, I'm done with the project now that I'm done with that school project part of it. Are you going to continue trying to do something?
I think we're definitely planning on continuing throughout high school, and we want to. What we're working on now is the scholarship program, which we're going to give scholarships to 11 students to continue in high school because the government doesn't fund it in high school there. So we're probably going to continue until we finish that and maybe find other ways we can help them.
That's awesome. Like, you ladies are so inspiring. So this is all part of really international development. And so if you girls had any words of advice for other kids out there who are interested in getting involved, what would those words be?
I'd say to just try and build on something that they have already, because it's hard for kids to sort of start something completely new, and to just do their research and try and find something that they are passionate about, because it's so much easier when you can relate to the subject.
Right.
How about yourself, Kara?
Yeah, I think basically what she said, you have to find something that you really care about, something that you're passionate about, and just basically exactly what she said.
Do you think there's an impact on the local community when you do things internationally like this, Emelia?
Yeah, I think so. They find it quite amazing that we were able to communicate with them like halfway across the world, and so.
And are you ladies inspired to go to any other countries in the future?
We haven't really talked about that yet. Basically just focusing on Guatemala for now, but could
Maybe.
be. Yeah.
How big of a team was it that worked on this particular project? Because it wasn't just the two of you. We know we have a couple of other of your team
We're actually
members
seeing
here.
some
Yeah,
photos right
there's
now.
the photo right there. So obviously you got to learn how to work in a group too, and that dynamic can be difficult for young people. How was the experience like?
Well, we're all pretty good friends,
Yeah.
and we're pretty good at being able to stay serious when we need to be, and then
Right.
joking around later.
Hey, it sounds like us.
That's a great
You guys would fit in here. You can fill in for us sometime. Well, congratulations to you and your entire team. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Really
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Congratulations, ladies. What an inspiring story. Truly something that makes you think twice about, the things that you're doing here at home and how you can help others. Great message.